Since COVID restrictions eased up recently, restaurants and bars in Oregon have started reopening for indoor dining.
And Governor Brown recently said that those businesses will not have to abruptly shut down again, at least not right away, if we do start to see cases go back up. So 31 out of 36 counties in Oregon have moved out of the extreme risk level. The levels determine what restrictions counties are under. Yesterday, the governor said if cases and hospitalizations do start to rise in a county again, that county will have 2 weeks to get things back in check. They won't immediately have to go back to extreme risk.